What up, the world? This be your boy, DZ, aka Angel if I am. Yeah, and I know y'all seem to always catch me when I'm in the car, or at least that's when spirit seems to catch me the most, is when I'm in the car driving. But hello. But nah, I just wanted to take a quick little time out and conversate upon something that just hopped in my mind. I did a video about this beforehand, but I didn't really like too much of what I said. Disclaimer, I do cuss in my videos, and that's just because that's just how I talk, that's how I am. When Spirit wants me to get a message out, however I gotta get it out, that's how I gotta get it out, you know? And I get passionate and real with mine, so like, yeah, I'm gonna say my shit. But on this topic, I want to get on fake events appearing real. That would be fear if you take all the rest of that stuff off. And I want to speak upon fear because that seems to be like a lot of our issues. A lot of our problems stem from fear. We fear the unknown. We fear, taking certain leaps of faith because we fear that it may backfire or blow up in our face, or we may repeat the same cycle, without even thinking about it. And it's sad because, it's a preconceived notion. We all are born thinking a certain style of way, how reality really should be for most and all. And most times it ain't like that. And then so we get discouraged from wanting to do things. Like if we want to start a business, we get discouraged because we think we ain't gonna pull in the right type of crowd and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to doing things like this, if you're a spiritual being having a human experience, it's hard to express that because everybody's just been in the belief system, the age of Pisces. Now we're in the age of knowing. So now you got to know where you're at. You got to know your position. There's not too much time to be caught in the middle. There is. No one's probably going to judge you for it. But then you won't understand why I do things like this and why other people do things the way they do it and stuff. Because you think of it in the natural 3D style of way that we normally do things, in opposed to the spiritual style of way. Because this shit ain't easy. This is a hell of a mindset. Only because we live in the material realm, when you get to spirituality and stuff and start implementing some of the stuff into your day-to-day, you're expecting certain style of results. And especially when it's like big results, you expect them to come within like a certain time frame. It don't work like that. It just doesn't. So because of that, it creates a certain style of fear, especially with past traumas and past, situations and past incidences. Again, fake events appearing real. We fear the fact that something actually did change for the better. You are still putting an expectation on certain things and or people and or businesses. You still put this stress or this, you put a stint on or an expectation of how things are supposed to look before you can even fuck with it again. Knowing that the energy that you place behind what it is that you want is what actually activates it. But if you're thinking down or negative on it, then it's not going to work for you. It's not. And it's going to keep you in a repetitive cycle that will haunt your mind. And it's rough because I know a lot of people are excited because Mars is out of Capricorn and retrograde. But you got to understand, Mars is in shadow. So that hasn't even really started moving out of Capricorn. So let me explain this. Mars is your aggressions, it's your initiations, your ways of trying to do new things and stuff like that. So with that being still in Capricorn, Capricorn is more of the father, it's the slowpoke, the natural, by the book way of doing things. So your aggressions, what you want, what you're trying to do, all that good stuff is, still on hold because, it wants to know what you've learned. It wants to see where you at with things. It wants to see if you've learned what it is that you were supposed to in whatever situation that you were brought into, whether it's for business, are you overspending your money, are you around the wrong people, when it comes to relationships, are you giving too much, or are you being equal within it, or do you just feel like non-deserving just because of your experiences and stuff that you've been through? A lot of these things come into play. A lot of these things got to be taken into consideration when it comes to, this style of life, this way that you're trying to go. Because you also, in the midst of this, ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but we're past that. This spiritual shit is like, it's past that. It's all about, making you happy and sustaining that happiness truthfully to you, nobody else. And so relationship wise, it could be the same thing. You probably feel people doing you dirty, or you don't understand people's motives and stuff. You still are expecting them to be that same style of person that you left, or whatever your fallout was. Same with business or anything of that nature. So be easy with yourselves in these next 2 weeks, because that's how long Mars is going to be whining until it starts moving into Aquarius, and then we can start being a little bit more happy and free with our aggressions and drives and stuff, in opposed to having to be so reserved and inside and still on thinking. Next to that, we also got a grand Earth trine, which is in the kite form, with Uranus, the Sun, and Capricorn. So, everything is practical gift moment, especially after the moon in Pisces. All right. So when you get full moons and stuff like that, that's when you start making your wishes and everything, and then you let it wind into a certain until the next full moon, which will be in Virgo. And then, boom, you get the gifts. Is it in Virgo? I'm pretty sure it's in Virgo. If not, then... dang it. Don't quote me on that. Google that real quick. But that's just what happens once it moves to the next moon cycle. Then that's when you start seeing, little things on your gifts and all that. Then we also got Venus going in retrograde here soon. Once it hops into Scorpio, then it moves back into Libra. So, I don't know, this is one heck of a time to be living right now. A lot of lessons needing to be learned. So if you feel things ain't going your way, things are too hard, blah, 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 just fight through it. You know what I'm saying? Stop putting so much heavy expectations on things right now, because that's not the energy. What the energy is trying to get you to do is to release those third world, or not third world, but 3D, material, where we live in right now. It's trying to get you out of that mindset and trying to literally get you to that higher state of mind, of understanding how to manifest things and how to get, certain things in perspective. This is a huge population shift, man. All right, everybody out of whack right now. Ain't nobody thinking in their sane mind right now. They trying to just understand these transformations and everything that just, been going on. The last 2 months have been wild because Mars has been retrograde in Capricorn. And when the orb goes in reverse, it shows you, it starts revealing all of your issues, all your problems, take you back to certain situations, and how you deal with it is how you come out of the retrograde, So if you chose to freak out with it, then, that's probably why you're in the situation that you may be in. Like, take my situations, I drank a lot. So what did the universe do when they hit me on retrograde? Boom, God put me in a situation to where I can't really even do that anymore. Which I should have been stopping anyway, but I was going through such a depression that like I felt that was my only thing I can do. And with Neptune still in Pisces, like that's escapism. Like that's just what all we trying to do right now is find certain ways to escape the reality that we're in instead of actually dealing with it. And you know, that's causing a lot of problems for a lot of people. I understand. I can dig it, man. Like, it's rough. It's a tough one. But we gonna make it through it. You know, it's starting to get cold, so now it's time to start getting serious upon your life. Be real about it. You know, that's part of these judgments. You, again, you know, with money, are you just throwing it out there, going on vacations and trips and paying for this, that, and the third, going bar hopping and partying and shit like that? Or have you actually been structuring what you need to help propel you to that next plane that you want to go for your existence, for your spiritual growth? You know, have you been like accepting the mistakes that you've done in your days, or do you have a like just natch for blaming somebody else? Like, if you can't find nobody to blame for your issues, you know, you just gonna wig out because you can't live with the fact that you're so perfect, you can't make any mistakes. It had to be somebody else. No. Time, that time is over. It's time for knowing. If you know you were in a situation that you probably should have pulled yourself out of a while ago, that's on you. You can't blame that other person for being themselves. You can't. They showed you who they were. So to think that you could change or do anything different on that, that's not good. So you got to get out of that mindset. You got to let go and understand your parts in any situation that you're in. And that, again, that's relationships, business, that's anything that has to deal with having to place blame on anybody, you know. So I don't want to overdo this. I'm kind of really, you know, in the out of it mode, but I still felt like I had to do this because this is what I was here to do, and I'm going to do it no matter how I feel. But I'm going to get back to work. This is the Angel of I Am, aka DZD, for beautiful transformations, and I'm hoping you are having a beautiful transformation. And just remember, not everything that's beautiful stays beautiful. You gotta get some ugly in there before it gets right back to beautiful. Alright, not everybody falls asleep with makeup on. So understand that. So, yet again, Angel of I Am, beautiful transformations. Enjoy your day.